Hello everybody, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD. Welcome back to some more Dragalia content, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing Agito's Uprising, aka Volk's Wrath, the battle. It's going to be just strictly on Agito Uprising. I'm going to talk a little bit on Standard, a little bit on Expert, and basically what the meta is looking like, and what I think is working at the moment, and what's not working. So, of course, this is being streamed straight onto Twitch. Again, I'll leave Twitch links, etc. in the description below. Also, say hi to Twitch chat, YouTube. Twitch chat, say hi to YouTube. Be nice. We're all friends here, right? We're all friends. Okay, so I got trapped by Chito. Yeah, okay. I'll talk about that in tomorrow's video because the banner should be announced tonight. I should be uploading this video today also. So, yeah, anyways. So, Agito's Uprising, aka Volk's Wrath. We fight a big doggo or a big wolf, whatever he is. He's a pig. And there's two phases to the fight, right? I'm not going to show any gameplay of the fight because this is just going to be me discussing it. But basically, there's two phases of the fight. It's basically standard plus an entire second phase of the fight, which is very hard. What you want to aim to do is kill his first health bar by 1 minute and 30 seconds going by. So the timer needs to be at 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. You want to kill his first health bar by that point. Then a whole second health bar spawns, and you can go like that. Now, I'm going to discuss a little bit on the meta of what Agito is looking like in a second. But first, I do want to say, after you beat Standard, you get enough materials off of your first clear to build a 6-star weapon. However, unless you're building the 6-star weapon for your staff and you're going to be leeching like a Halloween Lowen, you should not build your 6-star weapon. You should actually go over here to Treasure Trade. You scroll down here to the Agito Uprising, and right here there's a flame tree which you can purchase, and you can upgrade that all the way, I believe, up to level 15, and it gives actually a big boost to your stats. I believe it gives a 15% HP and 50% strength boost to your flame attuned adventurers, which is actually a really solid boost. Now, mine is not fully leveled up yet, but you can see it's already up here at 8.5 and 8% if I level up one more time, and that's level 8. So, it gives a really big boost to your units. I highly recommend you get that and upgrade as much as you can. Do Standard a lot, farm Standard, so you can build up that tree to level 15 and max it out. Again, it's going to be a big boost to your adventures and help you get those clears. Now, the team I've been using is not that team. I've been using my Cerise for this run. Cerise just does work. However, I would not recommend using Cerise personally. Only reason you really have Cerise on your team is because she brings that skill haste and because she can pop all of the orbs that are in the fight. There's a move in the fight where you basically got to roll around and pop all the stun orbs and sleep orbs. And again, you need that certain resistance to pop them. And of course, Cerise is a Gall unit, meaning she has both resistances to stun and sleep. So, Cerise is useful for that. However, if you don't have Sakia, Cerise is kind of like a handicap, to be honest. She's not super strong if you are missing Sakia. Again, she's still good. She has that team buff. She's still solid. You need to augment everything, by the way, for this fight. Highly recommend you augment everything, even for a healer. If you augment your healer, you're going to help with that little bit of DPS, which could be the difference between a clear and a not a clear. But yeah, if you're missing Sakia, there's actually only a couple adventures you can really use, to be honest. Like, if you're missing Sakia, what adventures would I recommend? If you only have, say, Cerberus, Agni, Arctos, etc. First of all, I recommend Ezlith. Let's go over here down to Ezlith. Ezlith with her 70 mana circles. So I don't have Ezlith up at 70 mana circles, but I do have Ezlith. Oh, she's right there. Basically, Ezlith at 70 mana circles is one of the best units in the game, at least for Flame. So she's insanely good at 70 mana circles. Again, her skill 1 deals insane damage. You use her with Arctos. Arctos is the best dragon in slot on her, so use her with Arctos. If you have Cerberus or Agni and not Arctos, you could use any adventure technically. However, your DPS is going to be a little bit lower when you're missing them. But some adventures that are good for Cerberus would be like Yuden. Naveed works because, again, he is a sword. However, I believe Sakia is optimal on him. Same thing with Yuden. I believe Sakia is optimal. However, with Yuden and Cerberus, you could actually drag in like 3 or 4 times in the fight, which means you get 3 or 4 burns / defense reduction. So that could make up for the DPS loss. And again, it's still fine. Yuden has more damage as the fight goes on, by the way. So that's why Yuden is so strong in this fight. Again, I don't have Yuden at 70 mana circles. I still have him at 4 stars, I think. But he has Dragon's Claws, which is a really good ability, and it gets stronger as the fight goes on, pretty much. Again, you run him with the Shining Overlord. That's, again, more Dragon's Claws, and you can stack it up to 90%. And yeah, I mentioned Apollo. Guys, Apollo is really good in this fight. Apollo and the Elegant Escort Wormprint are really good in this fight because you want to have at least one unit that can inflict burn, especially with the 70 mana circles. There's going to be a lot of units that inflict burn. You know, just to mention a couple, Reyna doesn't have 70 mana circles, but she does inflict burn. Yuden with 70 mana circles inflicts burn. Whereas I don't think I have Aoi at 5, but Aoi inflicts burn, Zany inflicts burn. There's a lot of units that inflict burn. So running Elegant Escort pretty much on all of your members on the team who are DPSing is not a bad idea. Another thing I want to mention is that Levi Lowen actually seems to be a pretty decent strategy. If you are healing though, you want to run either Levi or Arctos so you can, you know, stun. Really depends what you're trying to do as your healer. If not, just run Cerberus for the DPS. Or Hybrid Hola, you know, healing DPS split. Whatever you need to do to get your team to actually heal up. And again, your job as a healer, you don't DPS much. What you really do is heal off the plague. Again, you need to heal to get the plague off, which is what you use your Lowen for. Again, skill 2 should be able to heal off the plague right away at the beginning of the fight. And again, as the fight goes on, you should be able to heal it off as well. I would not mention, or I would not recommend at least running Chelsea. I haven't found Chelsea to be good at all, in my opinion. Chelsea's very strong, but in this fight, there's a lot of hits, and you might actually get hit just running around, or somebody might hit you or something, etc. I don't find Chelsea to be that good. Again, there's a couple unavoidable attacks, and if you have defense reductions on Chelsea, you're just going to straight up die. So again, Chelsea, I would not recommend you run Chelsea either. Like I said, Ezlith is an amazing unit for this fight. You should probably run Elegant Escort over Levin's Champion if you have someone that can burn on the team. Because again, Elegant Escort is just so good for this fight. If you have a copy of Elegant Escort, I pretty much recommend running it on any DPS unit that you use, unless you don't have any burn there. Cerise is better than Joe. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend Joe either, to be honest. I think Cerise is better. Plus, she has that double resistances, so you can run around and knock things out. So what are the units that I recommend? Honestly, like I said, every single unit can actually work. I think I've heard of a clear for every single one of these units except Halloween Mim. RIP Halloween Mim. But yeah, I think every single one of these flame units has gotten a clear. But the optimal composition, honestly, it depends on who you're using. Like, for different units, like if you're using Ezlith, Zania, you might want the third member to be, let's see, Ezlith, Zania, you already have Burn, maybe Naveed. Maybe Naveed would be better there. If not, maybe you want to do, let's see, Gala Cerise. Again, you don't really want to have too many range units on the team, but let's just say Gala Cerise. Of course, Halloween Loan is going to be on all these compositions. Halloween Loan as a healer is pretty much 100% a given. So let's say you're running Zania, Reyna, and let's see, fourth member could be, again, Naveed or Yuden. You really want to run Naveed or Yuden on your team because they do have the Dispel once they get up to 70 mana circles, and Dispel is very strong. You also don't want to use two of the same weapon type on your team because that's going to be co-abilities that you're losing out on. And yeah, I think that's kind of what the meta is looking like, to be honest. Oh yeah, Aoi. Aoi can easily replace Reyna. Honestly, I'm not sure who's better right now between Reyna and Aoi. I think they're both really, really solid. They're both pretty much about even. The difference is, I believe, Aoi inflicts burn with both her skills, whereas Reyna just does it off her skill 1. So they're both very strong. It really just depends who you want to use, who you like to use, etc. And yeah, that's kind of honestly my real thoughts on the Agito fight. Again, getting your first clear is probably the hardest one, especially pubs. Pubs are terrible. I'll say that right now. Pubs are terrible. Pubs are really just, pubs are a big yikes. I don't even want to talk about pubs. But yeah, like I said, I have not gotten the clear myself, but I have timed out a couple of times. So I'm working on that clear. Again, not having Sakya kind of hurts me, but even if you don't have Sakya, if you build, let's say, a Cerise or something, you can still get the clear. You just need the other units on your team to actually play optimally, get their good rotations up, etc. Also, another thing I want to mention before I end off this video is that as a Halloween Lowen, during, I believe, is the attack called Devastation, that one attack where he's basically half the field is covered in smoke and you can't go there and he just fires off a bunch. As a Halloween Lowen, you want to stand opposite from all the other DPS. Let the DPS guys DPS and you stand on the opposite, baiting the attacks. As soon as he does the attack, you roll twice to the left or to the right to dodge the attacks. That's basically what you do as the Halloween Lowen. That's pretty much your only job, just to heal and do that. That's all you got to do. I've seen Mim clear. Yeah, every single unit has gotten the clear, I believe, except Leia and Halloween Mim. So I mean, they probably have gotten the clear. I just haven't heard about it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, max out the fire tree. Again, the fire tree is huge for this fight. That gives you a really big boost to your stats. Probably going to be like 100 might total or something different. So just to give you an idea, it's a pretty good boost there. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this fight. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think, do you like the fight? Actually, I personally like the fight a lot. I think it's really interesting. My only problem is that the DPS is too high. But again, I'm not really okay with that because eventually it's going to be an easier fight. Eventually, we'll all be able to get the clear. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Holy Mim has one of the fastest clears. Oh, really? Okay, I haven't heard about that clear, but apparently Holy Mim actually has one of the fastest clears. Yeah, that's everything I have to say, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and until next time, have a nice trip.